I'm Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we're going to jail.
'22 Dodge Challenger
SRT Hellcat Widebody Redeye Jailbreak.
with launch control.
Oh my God. Holy crap.
Horsepower and dirt!
807 horsepower, 707 pound-feet of torque from a 6.2-liter supercharged V8.
You ready for it?
I'm ready. Whee!
Do you notice the difference over the Redeye?
No, not at all.
Because it says 10 more horsepower, and what the heck does jailbreak mean?
Okay, so jailbreak is a trim slightly above the Redeye. It is about $1,000, or in Canada, about $1,600 more than the Redeye. And then jailbreak is a term that, like an iPhone, you can then unlock different options that you can't get on a regular Redeye.
And the gimmick of this is that they're not stopping you from making an ugly combination of colors and stuff for your car.
Yeah, so apparently you can just kind of go all crazy and make a disgusting spec, and Dodge will not stop you like those people in Germany from Porsche will be like, no, I don't care how much money you have, we are not allowing this.
Yeah, so we're gonna go over, we're gonna show you a bunch of the stuff right now on the website, and we're kind of gonna show you that they didn't give you that many crazy options to make that ugly of a car. So we're both gonna try to make our ugliest car. Here is the ugly Yuri car. Here's the ugly Jacob car. Let us know in the comments below which one is uglier.
And if you guys can make your own ugly spec, let us know how you made yours uglier than ours.
But what's going on for jailbreak in 2023 that just got announced? Because this car got dropped almost like a full year ago.
Yeah, so this is going to be kind of like a news video, news update video, because we've reviewed the Redeye, the Hellcat, this thing's been around forever. So lots of news just happened. 2023 is the last year of these Chargers and Challengers with supercharged V8s. Of next year is the last year, and they're calling it last call.
And can you jailbreak anything besides 807 horsepower Challengers and Chargers?
Right now you can't in 2022, but in 2023 you can do the regular non-Redeye version.
And the Hellcat Durango's coming back.
Yes, which they said was a one-year thing, but apparently due to demand, it's back for 2023.
And there's more colors coming back to these cars, so you can get like a bunch of old colors that they don't use anymore.
And there are 7 new models coming for 2023, and they're even allowing you to order a convertible Challenger directly from Dodge, but not directly from Dodge.
Yeah, someone else is building it. It's approved, and it's got like extra strut bars, so I guess the frame doesn't twist and
Well,
stuff.
that's the thing. It better have real good reinforcements, because they're allowing you to do it on Hellcats as well.
Yeah, very, very cool of Dodge. But then there's some stuff like this current jailbreak model on the website. They show yellow on
Right.
like the page, on like the rainbow thing of the car, but there's no yellow paint option. Like
That's
the
kinda
colors
funny.
are all kind of like, the wheels aren't color matched like a Porsche. I think it's a cool idea, but like, I would rather you buy it from Brampton, and then you just take it anywhere and just make it your own. Like, you don't need to go jailbreak unless you want that extra 10 horsepower and the jailbreak badge and name.
Yeah, and I think these will be more special down the line, but it's kind of funny. Like, it only really, for the most part, unlocks like different seatbelt colors and
Well, it's cool
interior
having
levels.
light seats. Like, these light seats are cool.
And like different caliper colors and different wheel options and colors. So it's like, it's not the most special stuff. Oh, and decals and stuff, like the decal that we have
Do you
on
like
this
the
one.
stripe?
No, but
you-
I can understand why like a 60-year-old person that had an
Yeah.
original Challenger or Charger would be like, yeah, this is sick.
Yeah. Or I think this felt like a CUDA stripe.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
But then you get like a stripe around the, like we've been showing you these stripes the whole time. I'm not like super sold on this. Like, I would rather just buy a normal color one and then do dumb stuff myself. But like,
it's cool that they're allowing this stuff.
Too bad you can't customize the color of the bumper guards that you're gonna keep on.
Yeah, well, they changed them to pink, didn't they? Because
Pink is cooler, yeah. They're like, we're gonna make it pink so people don't want them. We're like, pink.
Yeah, well, people are probably trading like pink for yellow on
Yeah,
eBay or
yeah.
something. So back to that Brampton thing. On Dodge's website, by the way, if you've never been to Brampton, it's an interesting place. These are all assembled in Brampton. And the last year of the model, the 2023, will have a plaque that says assembled in Brampton.
Which may sound cool to everyone else, but if you're from Toronto, it's not that cool. But
Yeah.
like, Brampton's Brampton. Like,
Hey, shout out, they're building these things near us, so that's
there
cool.
are things to like about Brampton.
And the funniest stat that Dodge has on their website is that in the new Charger Challenger generation since 2005, They have built 3 million Dodge vehicles representing 1 billion horsepower.
Yo, Brampton sounded cooler. Michael Cera and 1 billion horsepower.
Bro, 1 billion horsepower. That's the coolest stat I've ever heard.
Another thing they could have written on their website is the only reason Vin Diesel looks cool in any Fast and Furious movie is because of Brampton.
Yeah.
Brampton keeps the heroes saving the world.
Okay, speaking of Vin Diesel, speaking of Dodge Chargers, there's a new Dodge Charger Daytona concept.
EV.
So it's an EV, but it's now a 2-door, just like the Challenger is.
Yeah, and then they're making the whole thing like it's still gonna be fast. It's all-wheel drive, but then they're like it still makes a bunch of noise. Then they're like revving, but it was just like this dumbass speaker sound, which is like cool, I guess. Like that's like the Dodge like vibe, but like.
I like that they're doing something different than everybody else, so I really
Yeah.
do like that. However, we have gotten access to the first prototype ever in history of the Challenger EV, and here's what that sounds like. So yeah, it does kind of sound like a leaf blower-ish.
They're like, you're still gonna be able to make noise. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's cool. I like that they're doing that, and you can apparently manually shift it as well.
Like they should have a mode where like it should be mechanical, so that like we included louder motors, so that you could like
Yes.
so you could it still be authentic.
Yes.
I just don't like the speakers pumping stuff
But it's
out.
apparently a patent-pending Fratsonic exhaust chamber, so it's an exhaust system of some sort. I don't know.
I'm
man.
conflicted,
Yeah.
but like
Good for you, Dodge. I'm
it's
glad
good.
you're doing
Yeah,
different.
cool marketing for sure.
Yes. Now, I think that's all the crazy stuff for 2023.
All right, I gotta go through cliche corner a little bit.
Supercharger is the best.
We got some nice wide wheels on here. This is sick.
Oh my god.
I love this car.
I'm never gonna get bored of this.
Okay, and before you drive, I do want to say I have a bad back. I got sciatica. I love that you can get this much horsepower in this comfy of a seat, because this was the Shelby GT500. Wouldn't be as cool. It'd be so much more uncomfortable. I didn't even drive that Cayman.
Yeah.
Because, not saying this is comparable to the
no.
Cayman, but fast car.
Bro, Dodge, where's the carbon bucket seat option?
It's interesting that it's so comfortable in
Yes,
here.
and I do have to mention before I drive, when you ripped it, our AC has basically shut off. It's like really hot in here, and I noticed that with these Hellcats, is that the AC gets really warm when you floor it too much.
But after driving this a bunch, I'm gonna say you were right earlier on. The craziest and coolest Hellcat Challenger to get would have been a narrow body manual.
Yeah.
And I think like if I was to get a Hellcat, I would get a red narrow body Hellcat Challenger.
That is
manual.
that's the most psychopath version. However,
because there's no manuals right now.
there isn't, and it would be the coolest. However, I just love how these wide bodies look.
That's the thing. Like, I think I like the wildness of the manual narrow body, like early commercial, more than I like the because this looks better for sure.
Yeah, and I totally get that. And the funniest thing is, I didn't realize that you can also get the Redeye with 797 horsepower in the narrow body. That's a crazy level as well.
Yeah. Do you think announcing that the EV Charger Daytona is coming out is going to hurt sales of like this is the end of the normal V8 Chargers, or is it gonna like increase
It'll do
it?
the opposite. I think they're gonna sell as many as they can build.
Like,
in
do
these
you
last
think
2
somebody
years.
would have ordered one if there was no, like, if they didn't know there was an EV Daytona coming out, they would have ordered one? They're like, I'll just wait for the EV Daytona.
No.
Or they'll buy both because these are expensive cars and rich people have lots of money to spend.
I don't know. I think they're gonna find a new audience for those new Charger EV Daytona things.
All right, your turn to launch this.
Okay. Launch control. 2,000 RPM. A little bit of sideways on that launch. I love this car.
These cars are sweet.
Yeah, 0 to 60 in probably around, 3.5 seconds or something like that, but you'd be hard-pressed to probably repeat that many times.
But now imagine this with some grippy Continental Extreme Contact Force.
Yeah, that would probably help. That's the recommended tire for sure. Or if you're driving on the streets and you're somehow able to take it easy in this car, the Extreme Contact Sport would be great.
And then for the rest of our sponsor plugs, hit up tsb.truecar.com to look for Chargers and Challengers, because there's so many out there. You can maybe find some ugly jailbroken ones from somebody else who didn't like to stick with it. And If you want some free SiriusXM satellite radio, hit the SiriusXM link in the description below.
Guys, thank you so much for supporting our sponsors. They're actually the only reason we're able to continue this. And we also have a editor that we hire as a full-time employee. So thank you to the sponsors.
Yeah, the sponsors are the best.
Okay.
The best.
Now, downshift, downshift, downshift. Here we go into cliche corner, and this just takes off like a fucking rocket. Like,
it handles pretty well considering.
yeah, doing my best not to swear here, but it does handle pretty well. It still feels like a boat, but like, I love the feeling of this. It's so controllable.
It feels like a boat when like you start like pulling it out of your parking spot, but like once you're in the zone, it doesn't feel as good.
It's still a big, really
It feels
car.
like heavy jet ski.
No, this feels like a boat, man. I've driven jet skis, I've owned a jet ski. This feels nothing like a jet ski. This is the opposite of jet ski, if anything. 807 horsepower, which is conveniently 1 horsepower less than the Demon on pump gas. And we still have the same old ZF 8-speed auto, no reason to change it. It's perfect. The downshifts are a little bit slower than I remember, but the upshifts are great. Like, no problem with this. I love this transmission.
Yeah, it suits the car very perfectly.
Yeah, I'm not mad that there's no manual, but it would be a lot cooler.
It's cool that a manual existed for this at one point, and if you really want one, you can track them down.
Right.
Just don't blow up the scene like Ed Bullion did for his like manual Gallardos, and then once you realize they're manual.
Murcielago?
Yeah,
no, I forget. Whatever.
Yeah, no, there's like the rarest. He got them all. It's like, I'm Ed, and I bought them all.
Shout out VinWiki. Eventually, we'll tell one story if we can put one together on that channel.
I don't think we're that interesting.
Ed invited us on. We just have to think of a story and then fly down there. But in terms of suspension, this is still a Challenger, still really comfortable to drive. This is a race couch with 5 seats, but no 4 doors like a Charger. Which I think I still would pick the Charger wide body because it looks so much more ridiculous because it's a 4-door.
I'm just a fan of the 2 doors.
I get it. But yeah, these couches, these seats are really comfortable. The only thing is, I feel like for some reason the lumbar is just pushing me out. I don't know why. I don't feel like
Max lumbar for Max broken backs.
Yeah, I can't get that comfortable for some reason this time where I had no previous issue, but I doubt they even changed the seat, so maybe my back's changed.
Let's do some dumb tests. Visor test.
Bro, these are the best tests.
3, 2, 1.
Full
and
pass.
extension.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
the cup holders fit small, medium cups. Just great.
Yeah, and then we have carbon fiber down here to save weight. Definitely needed in here. And then we have carbon fiber surrounding the infotainment.
Your steering wheel's normal, but you can get a logo that lights up through the jailbreak options.
Oh, interesting. Because we have had that before in non-jailbreaks.
You know what they should jailbreak in this? Is a better friggin' reverse camera. Holy crap.
They definitely should. Next hackathon, if you
Oh
guys
my
could
God.
do that.
Dodge really bought too many of these like broken cameras in like 2011. That we gotta keep using them.
I think you said it in a previous video, or you just told me on a phone call, but you said that it looks like somebody's holding a lighter to
They
it.
burnt it and they're like, just send it out anyways, whatever.
That is the most accurate description of this backup camera. In terms of drive modes, we have track, sport, custom, and auto. I've kind of left it in auto this time because it just makes sense. Like, it works in auto. And then we also have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Everything works really well. We do have heated and cooled seats. It's through the infotainment, which is my only nitpick. But last year, so Dodge is just going to tell me to go F myself. They're not changing anything
This
anyways.
is very Dodge. Then we got volume knob, tuning knob, all that stuff works really well. A bunch of hard buttons for climate. This is a solid touchscreen infotainment.
Yeah, analog digital gauges.
The gauges show every single digit while you're speeding, so that's great. I assume you're speeding. Why you don't buy this car unless
You're
plan on
obviously speeding.
breaking the law.
Yeah, speaking of breaking the law, jailbreak badge in front of you on the passenger side.
Yeah, with the little red eyeball. And
It's an interesting name.
Yeah, it's an interesting name.
Yeah. I don't know.
I get the iPhone reference.
Yeah, if that's what they were going for, plus
Or
the
like breaking
edginess.
or breaking out of jail is like badass.
Yeah,
'Cause,
exactly.
It's like all the coolest bad guys break out of jail.
They must have gone for that, right?
Like everyone's all like if there's like a documentary on people who like broke out of jail, you're like, obviously I'm gonna do that. There's a whole TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it called? Prison Break.
Yes.
I never watched it, but I heard it was cool.
Yeah, I didn't either. Anyways, paddle shifters are half paddle shifters as they were in every one that we've driven, which is kind of funny. And then you have your steering wheel controls behind it for your volume and your tuning.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, and some of you older subscribers, well, some of you subscribers that have been with us for a while may remember that we have made a rule that rear-wheel drive cars with over 700 horsepower, we must sweep cliche corner. I forgot my broom. We have kids. I'm really sorry, but I sent it through there anyways, and I'm alive.
We'll have our editor Photoshop a broom into your hand.
Okay. There you go. Sorry to
Look,
all
man,
the-
life with kids is just tricky to film car videos and stuff.
I did remember that I was supposed to bring a broom, and then I left, and I'm like, damn it, I forgot my broom.
So with all the jailbreak stuff out of the way, let's get to the price.
Jailbreak! This one
Jailbreak.
is $126,370.
Sweet! And some of the options add more to that.
Dude, that's about as much as the Durango SRT Hellcat that we drove.
Look, man, Hellcats are cool. People like them, and they spend money on them. So
Dude,
like,
if you bought a Durango SRT Hellcat and this, you have a $300,000 garage of 2 Dodges.
with like over 1,500 horsepower, I think.
Yes.
If I can do math correctly. Around 1,500.
Yeah. That's a lot of horsepower. I love this car. Fantastic. You should buy them all if you have the money. If you don't, go to tsp.truecar.com, buy a used one because they still have just about as much horsepower, maybe 717 in the old ones.
You don't need to get a jailbreak. You can buy a used one off tsp.truecar.com and modify it yourself, and it'll be just as cool. Like, you don't need a jailbreak if you can get a Redeye. If you have a normal Hellcat, that's still enough. Like, you don't need that much more.
But just don't get a 392.
Do not get a 392, for the love of God, even if it's manual.
But they're still really cool. I did like the 392.
They're really cool, but not when you know that this exists.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think of the jailbreak. Is it enough customization over the Redeye?
Yeah, or are you going to just spec out your own GT3 RS, which just got launched?
Yeah. Well, actually, this is almost as much money as a GT4.
Well, like, yo, GT3 RS configurator, you can get like way cooler stuff than they'll probably let you buy it.
Yeah. Well,
Nah.
it's fortunate.